Today's video is going to be a storybook review. I want to talk to you about the illustrations in a wonderful story that has recently come out, written by Jenn Bailey and illustrated by Mika Song. The book's name is A Friend for Henry. Here's how the rating system is going to work. I'm going to look at 3 different areas. The illustrations, I'm calling that the sketch marks. I'm looking at the rereadability. I'm calling that the PQ or parent quotient. And then finally, what emotion are we left with? This is going to be the emote. Yay! Okay, first of all, the illustrations were done with watercolor and ink. They are absolutely beautiful illustrations and done in a way that brings the reader or the listener directly into Henry's life. All in all, A Friend for Henry is beautifully illustrated. The images match the tone of the story, which I think is pretty important. Mika Song does a wonderful job of making sure that that happens, and I don't think a lot of illustrators quite seem to be able to accomplish this at times. In fact, there's only one page and only one line where the text created a mental image that didn't quite match what I was immediately seeing on the page. Now, I'm not going to tell you which page that was, and I'm not going to tell you which line that was, because I recognize that, frankly, that might be a problem with my own mental image and the way I read the story, and I don't want to put that on you. However, for that reason, the sketch marks are only going to receive 4 out of 5 pops. Now, let's talk about the PQ. That's parent quotient. Jenn Bailey uses simple and engaging language to bring the reader or listener into Henry's world. When I'm reading through a picture book, I want the text and the images to blend together to tell the story as one. Jenn Bailey and Mika Song are able to accomplish that with A Friend for Henry. When it comes to picture books, bulky paragraphs are straight off. They are a no-no, especially when it comes to reading and rereading.
And rereading, and rereading, and rereading
the stories over and over and over again to my kids. How many of you have ever read a picture book where you've intentionally skipped over the pages? You don't have to do that with A Friend for Henry. There's no more than 5 or 6 sentences on any given page, and every sentence is simple and directs the story, keeps the pace going. It is a beautifully well-told, well-written story. I'm giving the PQ 5 out of 5 pops. Good job, Jenn Bailey. All right, it's time for the 3rd standard for picture books. I call it emote. So let me see some big emotional faces. Pretty good. That was a good one you did just there. When I look for the emote, I'm looking for the primary emotion that is seen throughout the entire book. Now, for something like A Friend for Henry, it would be really, really easy to settle in on something like loneliness because he's looking for a friend, maybe happiness after finding a friend, but I don't think it's really either one of those. I think the primary emotion, this is pretty cool, is actually curiosity. Page 1, you see Henry wondering about who might possibly be his friend as he goes into his classroom. Curiosity is seen throughout the entire book. That's something every one of us can relate to, and it's a beautiful emotion to engage with and to pass on to others. So let's stamp it, emote, curiosity. Ultimately, A Friend for Henry is an exploration of human nature as we all try to live with and work with one another. Not in defiance of our differences, but in celebration of them. I'm giving it a total of 4.5 out of 5 pops. Hey, if you've ever felt different or have struggled understanding why some people do what they do, then this book is for you. Hint, that's all of us. I hope this book review has been useful to you. If you enjoyed it, please make sure that you subscribe to my channel. I'm going to have more book reviews coming in the future. Also, ring that bell for notifications. I upload mostly on Saturdays, but I'm going to start uploading regularly throughout the week as well, and you're not going to want to miss a single thing that I put out there. If you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up. Until then, I will see you next week. Keep on popping.